Hey Lee, it's Josh from Train Heroic again. And I wanted to just circle up on that workflow that I mentioned. So here on the left-hand side, right, we've got these tools of options. You've got your athletes, you've got your teams, and your library. And so what we're going to do initially is we'll set up one team, okay, Project MVP, and that team is going to be a paid-for team, meaning there's going to be a link where athletes can go and purchase access, a monthly membership. And if I click here, this is where they'd wind up. Okay, so they can click to sign up, enter their credit card information, and get started. Now, as soon as somebody's part of your team, you're going to find them on your list of athletes. So on the left-hand side, they'll show up on your list of athletes, and we can begin to coach them or program for them. Okay, there's two ways to get on the team. One is they can pay, and the other is each team has an access code, so we can give out that access code. We talked about this concept of like scholarshiping an athlete to a team, and if you needed to do that, you give them that access code. If they had the code, they'd get on the team for free. They'd still show up in your list of athletes, but if they need to pay, you'd send them to the paid for link where they'd pay a monthly subscription to be coached by your coaching staff. Okay, now in the background, if I click on the library here on the left-hand side, Mike and the staff will create training plans that are specific to what needs to be worked on based on the assessments, right? So we've got like an agility and a speed and a strength program. And I just created these just to kind of walk through this flow. But once these programs are created, or however many you decided were necessary, what you would do is you'd go into the athletes option here in the top left, and let's imagine you had just gotten done testing. We know what program you need specifically. Mike or a member of the staff would click on the calendar, and from here they'd click in the top right hand corner and they'd add a program. And so it's really just a couple of clicks, but really quickly, if we decided you needed to work on your agility, we'd add the agility program. We'd decide the start date. Maybe it's the 9th. We hit OK. We'd add it to the calendar, and now this athlete's being coached in real time by your staff. And so anyway, I hope that kind of helps to explain how this flow will work. I think it'll be no different even for Mike as he's looking to train that rugby team as a test. Right? He gives everybody the access code. That means that they're on the team. They didn't have to pay because they got the code, and now he's simply going to their calendar under athletes and adding the right program for, I think there were 40 athletes on that team, so that'll be a good test of it. Okay, so if you have any questions on this or on the workflow, just let me know. And lastly, I wanted to call out just the analytics, right, and your ability to take these things, export them, and then work on them from something like Excel, right? So if we wanted to dive into readiness, as an example, or compliance, what you would do is you'd simply click on that report. You'd select some date range and some group, right? So if it's all athletes or a specific team, in this case it's probably all athletes, or maybe it's just the Project MVP athletes, you'd select some time frame and you'd be able to pull data like this. This is just kind of compliance data, but we can get into actual progress data as well, right? So if we wanted to look at performance for a team or group, let's say it's with the bench press, you'd be able to see where their starting and ending numbers are based on when they started training with you guys till now. And you can do that for any movement that they're doing from this type of report. So I hope that helps. And again, you can export this stuff. It's the way it's set up is so that it would copy and paste really nicely into like Microsoft Excel, and you can mess with it from there to kind of get it into your other system. So hope that helps. Thanks, Lee.